Following the approval of the Bitcoin ETF as we predicted earlier, we witnessed the classic buy the rumor sell the news event. Bitcoin surged to 49,000 before plummeting to 38,500. At the time of the recording of this video, it has recovered to 43,500. With the recent recovery, it seems like Bitcoin and the overall crypto market is ready to continue its rally up. But is that really the case? Is the dump really over? And if not, how low can Bitcoin fall? 35k, 30k, or even 20k? Well, let's find out. Whether you trade altcoins, low-cap coins, or only Bitcoin, understanding Bitcoin's movements is crucial as it leads the overall crypto market, influencing when alts and other coins will rise or fall. In this video, I will go over the previous cycle behavior, my go-to indicators and tools I use to predict Bitcoin's next move. At the end of the video, I will also show you our latest portfolio and my top coins to buy right now. Hello everyone, welcome to Trade Smart. You are watching the third part of our 1k to 10k crypto challenge in which we attempt to turn $1,000 into 10,000 during the next bull cycle. Previously we analyzed past bull cycles, predicted the post-ETF approval movements and identified potential 10 to 100x gems. If you missed the first two parts, check out the pop-up in the top right corner or the link in the description. For live trades, buy-sell orders and our extensive crypto research with over 300 coins analyzed, join our Patreon as a smart trader or smart investor tier member. Without wasting any time, let's get right into it. To know how far Bitcoin can pull back, first of all we need to know what was the average pullback percentage in the previous cycle. In the previous cycle, between the Bitcoin bottom and the 65k initial top, Bitcoin had 5 significant pullbacks. The first was a 37% pullback from 10,500 till 6,500. Then a huge 67% one, then a 21%, 17%, and finally a 32%. Out of these 5 pullbacks, I will exclude the 67% one, as that was caused by the pandemic, which caused huge panic selling in every market. It is unlikely that a similar panic event will occur. So the minimum pullback is 17%, and the maximum is 37%. And if we take the average of the 4 other pullbacks we got, the average pullback is 26.75%. A pullback of 26.75% would be at the 36k mark. As of today, Bitcoin already had a 21.3% pullback, which is bigger than the minimum pullback but smaller than the average. So based on that, I am still expecting further downside. Earlier, I shared my favorite research websites with the smart traders and smart investors in our Discord. Out of those websites, there is one we can get numerous insights on Bitcoin, and that is lookintobitcoin.com. If you visit this site, you can find dozens of useful indicators for Bitcoin. Out of those, let's review my top 4 indicators. First, the Fear and Greed Index. The Fear and Greed Index is a very accurate indicator if you use it correctly. It moves on a scale of 0 to 100, the lower the value, the more fearful, and the higher the value, the more greedier the general market participants are. You probably heard this phrase before by Warren Buffett: be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. This advice is generally true, especially in the crypto space. Here you can see the price of Bitcoin with the fear and greed values. If the dots are green, it means that the index is high and the market is getting greedier. And if it's red, the market is getting fearful. Previously, in usual Bitcoin pullbacks, we have been seeing around 30 and 40 values, and near the tops we are getting 70 and 80 values. In the current Bitcoin rally, the Fear and Greed Index went up to 76, and in the current pullback it went down till 52. While 52 is considered low in a bull run, it is still far from 40 or 30, what we usually see in a normal Bitcoin correction. So this indicator still shows downside potential. The next indicator is the Bitcoin Cycle Master. This indicator is similar to the rainbow chart if you are familiar with that, but somewhat different. And I think this one is better. Now, I won't go into how it's calculated. If you want to learn more, I will link all these indicators in the description. This indicator is very useful to get an idea where Bitcoin price relatively is. If we take a look on it, it has 5 different lines. If the price is closer to the top line, we are getting overvalued or overbought, and when it's near the bottom lines, the price is undervalued or oversold. But what is really important is to know where are we now compared to the previous cycles and if Bitcoin is over or undervalued currently. If we take a look, these are the periods in the previous 2 cycles after the new year and right before the halving. Generally, in this period, the price hovers around the blue and the purple line. Currently, we are right at the purple line, so a pullback to the blue line is still in the play. Currently, the blue line is at the 30,500 level. The next indicator is the MVRV Z-Score. Again, I won't explain how it's calculated, links are in the description, I will only tell you what it shows to me. This indicator has been one of the most accurate ones to predict Bitcoin tops and bottoms, therefore I will be following it throughout this cycle and I recommend you do the same. This one has three main sections. On the top the red, in the middle the white, and on the bottom the green area. When the MVRV Z-Score is in the red, it signals a top and it's time to sell. And when it's green, it signals bottom and it's time to buy. As you can see, it signaled accurately all the previous Bitcoin bottoms and tops. As now we are focusing on what will happen in the following weeks to months, let's see what happened in the last cycle in the same period. In the last cycle, in the pre-halving run-up, the MVRV Z-Score rose up till the 1.36 level, and it corrected to as low as negative 0.16. But keep in mind that correction was the pandemic sell-off. In the current run-up, Bitcoin's MVRV Z-Score went up until 1.69, but then only corrected down till 1.15. While I don't think the score will go down under 0, I think that at least it should go down under the 1 mark in this pullback. So again, there's still a possibility for a pullback. And the final indicator from this website is the Unrealized Profit/Loss or NUPL. The NUPL, as is stated, tells you how high the relative unrealized profit value. The more the unrealized profits are in the market, the higher the NUPL goes, and the lower the unrealized profits are, the lower it goes. On this indicator we have 5 main sections, and they are pretty similar to the Fear and Greed Index. On the top, in red, we have the Euphoria or Greed section. If the NUPL is in this territory, there's a lot of unrealized profits in the markets. Under that, in orange, we have the Belief/Denial section, under that, the Optimism/Anxiety, then the Hope/Fear, and finally, in green, the Capitulation. In my opinion, buying in the capitulation phase and selling in the euphoria phase has historically yielded the best results. So, a basic strategy is to start buying when the NUPL value is in the capitulation territory, then start taking profits when it enters into the orange, Belief/Denial area, and finally fully exit the market when it reaches or gets close to the euphoria or greed area. For example, if you follow this strategy, you would have been buying throughout this period, and you would have been taking profits here, and fully exit the market here. And finally, there's one more indicator that is crucial to know where big players and market makers have interest to move the price to. And that is the Liquidation Heatmap. You can find the Liquidation Heatmap on the CoinGlass website, but again, I will leave a link to it in the description. Now first of all, what is liquidity and why is it so important? Whenever you place a stop loss, take profit or buy order, it will be added to the liquidity at that specific price level. For example, if I place $100 worth of stop loss, so sell order, at the $39,000 mark, that will be added to the total liquidity at that price level. So liquidity is basically the sum of all orders at specific price levels. And why is it so important? Big players who want to enter or exit big positions needs liquidity to do so without significantly affecting the price. If they start selling their $1 million positions at a low liquidity price level, then the price will fall as there are not enough buyers, aka not enough liquidity at that specific price level. And as a result, they would get a worse exit price level than what they preferred. As they obviously want to avoid that, what usually happens is that big players and market makers first push the price to these high liquidity areas where they can start selling or buying huge amounts of Bitcoin or any other asset. So the main point is that high liquidity areas works as magnets in the market. Price usually moves to high liquidity areas and sometimes reverses. This indicator shows you where are these high liquidity levels at. The more yellowish it gets, the higher the liquidity there is. On default, this chart is set to Binance's BTC-USDT pair for the last 3 days price movement. As we are not scalping in this challenge, we are investing, I recommend using a higher time interval like 1 week or above. Let's take a look on the 1 week first. Here, where we can see yellowish areas that are high liquidity areas. I see 3 main levels, here, here and here. So what can easily happen is a quick run up to clear out this liquidity level, then a fall down to clear out the lower liquidity level. Or another scenario, the price can just simply fall back to this level before moving up. My go-to time interval though is the 6 month. On the 6 month, we can see a huge liquidity area at the 34K level with more than $8 billion in volume. So altogether, based on this and all the other indicators I covered in this video, in my opinion, Bitcoin has a high probability to fall down to the 36 to 34K range or even a bit lower. Well, what do you think? Write your predictions down in the comment section. And now, to wrap up the video, let me show you our latest portfolio and my top coins I'm looking to buy right now. Keep in mind that investing in cryptocurrencies is highly risky, none of our content is financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. Here you can see our latest crypto portfolio. Also, if you want to see my live trades, limit orders, and our crypto research spreadsheet where I already analyzed more than 300 coins, we created a Discord where I post everything. If you want to follow us on this challenge and see my live trades, entry and exit levels, you can get access to all of that and more by becoming a Smart Investor or Smart Trader tier member on our Patreon. Link is down in the description. If you've been following our 1k to 10k crypto challenge, you can see that a lot has changed since the last update. At the day of making this video, we have more than 50% of our portfolio already invested. As I am still expecting a pullback in Bitcoin, which will bring down all the other altcoins, I have a significant portion of my portfolio still in USDT. But if we won't get that pullback, I am happy with the 50% that we currently have invested. As you can see, this portfolio is gaming heavy, but we also have some layer 1s, layer 2s, some DeFi and launchpad projects. What I will be focusing on the near future is to get some AI and RVA, maybe some BRC20 projects, as I think those are good narratives with high potential. Moving on, recently we had two big movers in our portfolio, WAGMIGAMES and One. WAGMIGAMES did a 52% move to the upside from our entry level, now it's pulling back, which can offer good entry points too. On WAGMI I did not take any profits yet, but I have partial take profit targets slightly higher. Looking at One, since our entry level, One did a nice 76% move to the upside, and here I did take some profits. I sold around 20% of my holdings, right around here, and set a re-entry order slightly lower. Now let's get back to the portfolio. There's one thing that most of the crypto YouTubers forget to show, and that is the average entry price levels. Well, let's see those. If you are interested in any of these projects, you can still find some of these with better entry points than I got, for example Gala or UOS. And finally, let's pull up our research spreadsheet, which you can get access again on our Patreon, and let's find the best coins to buy right now. I will be sorting these coins based on how many YouTubers suggested it, how good their AI and Certic ratings are, how much they went up in the past 90, 60, 30 and 7 days, if they had a significant pullback or not, and so on. After a few minutes of sorting, these are my top coins I'm looking at to buy right now. I color-coded the projects based on their fully diluted market cap. In green we have the above 1 billion market cap coins, in yellow the ones between 100 million and 1 billion, and in orange the ones with under 100 million but above 10 million market cap. All of these coins are projects worth a deeper look. Well, which one would you pick up in the current pullback? Let me know in the comment section. And that wraps up today's video. As always, thank you all for watching. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Have an amazing day, and until next time, trade smart!